When my son Daniel married Leela, I welcomed her with an open heart. She was polite, graceful, and always impeccably dressed, almost too perfect in a way that made you wonder what lay beneath the surface. After their wedding, the two moved into my home while they saved money to buy their own. I didn't mind. The house was big, and I'd always imagined it would stay full of family. For the first few months, everything was peaceful. But slowly, I began to notice small shifts in Leela's behavior, little signs of control that I brushed off at first. She reorganized my kitchen without asking, replaced my curtains, changed the laundry schedule, and insisted on maintaining a strict household routine. Still, I tried to stay patient. After all, she was new to the family. But one morning, everything changed. The day of the locked pantry. I woke up craving tea and went to the kitchen to fetch the tin of biscuits I kept in the pantry. But when I reached for the door, my hand hit something hard. A padlock. A thick, shiny padlock with a laminated tag attached to it that read, "Kitchen access restricted for health and budgeting purposes." I stared at it, stunned. My own pantry in my own home, sealed shut like some forbidden chamber. Just then, Leela entered the kitchen, her face lit up with a bright, fake smile. "Oh, good morning, Mother," she said sweetly. "I locked the pantry last night. I've decided we need better control over food expenses. I'll be the one managing the groceries from now on." I blinked, trying to process her words. "But this is my house," I said slowly. "Yes, but things have to change," she shrugged. "You snack too much, and honestly, your system is messy. I'll keep the key and distribute items as needed." My jaw dropped. Before I could respond, she added, "It's for your own good." My own good. At 72, I may not move as fast as I used to, but I haven't lost my mind. And I certainly didn't need a woman half my age locking up my food. I walked away quietly, but inside something snapped. The breaking point. For 2 days, I tried to stay calm. I didn't want to cause problems for my son. Daniel was working long hours and barely noticed what happened around the house. Leela controlled the shopping, the chores, and now the pantry. She served meals in exact portions like she was running a boarding school. But things escalated quickly. On the third day, I walked into the kitchen and found Leela taking inventory with a clipboard. She sighed dramatically. "Mother, you used too much sugar yesterday. I'll have to reduce your allowance. These things are expensive, you know." Allowance? She said it as if I were a child. I realized then that this wasn't about budgeting or health. It was about control. She had taken over everything she could touch, including the one place I had always been queen of, my kitchen. I went to my room, closed the door, and made up my mind. Taking back the pantry. The next morning, when the house was quiet, I grabbed my old toolbox from the shed. I wasn't as strong as before, but I had plenty of experience. I had built half the shelves in this house myself. I stood in front of the pantry, padlock mocking me. "Well," I whispered, "let's see who really runs this home." With a few twists of the screwdriver and the stubborn patience only age can teach, I removed the hinges entirely. The whole pantry door came off in my hands. I carried it outside and leaned it against the front porch like a decorative sign. Then I took a thick black marker and wrote on a large sheet of paper, "No one locks a door in this house except me. Pantry access restored. The owner of this home." I taped the note right where the door used to be. The empty doorway looked strangely triumphant. Then I made myself a cup of tea with extra sugar. The aftermath. When Leela came down and saw the missing door, her face went pale. What happened here?" she stammered. "Oh," I said lightly, "I removed it. Since someone locked my pantry, I decided the pantry no longer needs a door." "You had no right," she screeched. "Oh, I believe I have every right," I replied calmly. "This is my home, and I will not have anyone locking food away from me." She started packing, flustered. "You're making things difficult. You're sabotaging organization. How are we supposed to manage the household now?" "The same way I've done for decades," I said, "with common sense, not padlocks." She stormed off to the living room, her eyes shiny with humiliation. I heard her call Daniel, speaking in dramatic tones. "Your mother is out of control. She destroyed the house. She's making it impossible for me to manage anything." Minutes later, Daniel rushed home, worry etched on his face. "What's going on?" Before Leela could spin her tale, I handed him the padlock. She locked the pantry, I said simply, from me in my house. Daniel's expression darkened. He turned to his wife. Tell me you didn't. I was helping with budgeting, she cried. She eats too much, we waste food, I'm trying to keep order. Daniel rubbed his temples, Leela locking the pantry seriously. Her lower lip trembled. I was just trying to help. He sighed heavily. Not like that, this isn't your house to control. A much-needed realization. That evening, Daniel and I talked privately. I'm sorry, Mom, he said. I should have been paying more attention. She's your wife, I replied gently, but I won't let anyone treat me like a child. I know, he said, nodding. He promised things would change, and they did slowly. Leela never apologized directly, but she stopped locking things, stopped rationing food, and stopped treating me like a guest in my own home. She still tried to control small things, but whenever she crossed a line, all I had to do was glance at the pantry. The missing door remained there for weeks, a silent reminder. Every time she saw it, she stiffened a little. The message had worked. A new understanding. Eventually, the tension eased. We found a rhythm that didn't involve control or micromanagement. Daniel installed a new pantry door, but this time without a lock. And one evening, as we prepared dinner together, Leela said softly, I guess I went too far. It wasn't a full apology, but it was enough. I smiled. We all make mistakes. Just remember, this home doesn't need locking, it needs understanding. She nodded, and for the first time, her smile seemed real.